Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CIT Cork School of Music. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please make your way to the nearest exit. There are exits to the left and right of the stage, at the left and right of the back of the hall, and at the top of the tiered seating. Please switch off all mobile devices and enjoy the performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would appreciate if everybody could take their seats as quickly as possible so as we can get the ceremony moving. I would like to start this morning's proceedings with some words of exhortation from Nelson Mandela that might have been very deliberately and specifically written for an occasion such as this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of the universe. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around you. We are born to make manifest the beauty of creation within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. A Ghiniúsla, a Hishmahori, a Chemi agus a Cháirde, tá fáilte roimh go léir go dtí an ócáid speisialta seo, Institute Technology Chorcaí, Scoil Ceol Chorcaí. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to this conferring ceremony at the Cork Institute of Technology, Cork School of Music. My name is Nicholas O'Halloran. I am the MC for this conferring ceremony. It is my task to inform you about the conferring ceremony procedures. The ceremony today is available on the web with a link from the main CIT web page, www.cit.ie/live. So text on now to your family or friends before putting your phone on silent or switching it off. Now, there are some safety matters that we must deal with. In the interests of safety, please be aware of the nearest exits to you. There are 2 exits, one on either side at the rear of the auditorium, and 2 more on either side of the stage. There are no evacuation drills scheduled for today. However, in the unlikely event of the fire alarm operating, an announcement will be made from the podium, and if an evacuation is called, please walk quickly without pushing or impeding others to the nearest exit. Do not attempt to re-enter the building until advised to do so by the safety response team. Please keep aisles and passageways clear of belongings during the conferring. If anyone needs assistance during the ceremony, please let a steward know and we will endeavour to assist. At the commencement of the conferring ceremony, the academic procession will process up to the platform to the accompaniment of a fanfare entitled Prelude, composed by Trygve Madsen, transcribed by Tony Neal, and performed by the CIT CSM brass players, conducted by Tony Neal. At this point, I will ask you to stand. Please remain standing until the members of the academic procession are seated on the platform. I will signal to you when to sit. Again, at the conclusion of the conferring ceremony, I will ask you to stand as the academic procession is leaving. Today's ceremony will be chaired by Mr. Gerard O'Donovan, Head of the Faculty of Business and Humanities. Now, the following announcement is specifically important for the conferees. Shortly after the commencement of the conferring ceremony, the President will deliver a short introduction empowering him to make awards. When he has finished that introduction, I will require each row of conferees, as directed by the stewards, to proceed to the platform. Please stay in the order in which you are seated, as parchments are in this order. When you approach the platform, please remain at the bottom of the steps until your head of school announces your name. Then proceed up the steps onto the platform to the President to receive your parchment. In the unlikely event that you are given the wrong parchment, please do not panic. Ask Noran, who sorts out everything, to sort this out for you after the ceremony. You will return to your seat down the left aisle. The stewards again will show you the way. When you return to your seat, please move in along the row as far as you can. This will make return to the seats less noisy and quicker. Please be careful on the steps and watch your gown does not get caught in anything as it flows. Stilettos are notorious for this, ladies. Stilettos are notorious for this. If any graduate needs assistance, please ask a steward. I would also ask graduates to be careful of the cables on the stage, even though they are taped down. As you can see, the photographer from Barry's Photographic is located to my left. When you arrive to the President to receive your parchment, please pause for a moment. When the President is handing your parchment to you, please look towards the photographer and, of course, smile. Then walk to the left of the platform and down the steps on my left. To our guests, please do not clap each individual conferee as they receive their parchment. Instead, once each class group has completed its conferring and has returned to its seats, the head of school will ask the entire class to rise and receive their ovation. You may then clap. As on all occasions such as this, there will be a few speeches. When the ceremony ends, the academic procession will leave the auditorium, followed by the graduates. At this point, I will ask you all to stand and to remain standing until the entire procession has left the auditorium. At this stage, all graduates should proceed to the Stack Theatre for one large group photo, followed by class groups. Please strictly observe the instruction of the stewards and do not leave your group. The photographic session will not take long, and it will be a shame to miss your photo call. Our guests will be most welcome to join us at the reception in the main concourse, where our graduates can join them after the group photographs. Individual photographs will also be taken in the Stack Theatre. For family members who wish to be included in photographs, might I suggest that they keep an eye on the queue, and please note that photography will also be available after the reception. Now, before I welcome the CSM brass players on stage, I would ask everyone with a mobile phone to take it out, and please ensure it is switched off. Thank you for your attention. The academic procession will shortly enter the auditorium. Please all rise for the fanfare and remain standing until all members of the academic procession are seated. I now call on Mr. Gerard O'Donovan, Head of the Faculty of Business and Humanities, to commence this conferring ceremony.
Graduates of CIT, members of governing body, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this meeting at which awards of Cork Institute of Technology will be conferred on the students of this institute. Our guests on the front table are, on my immediate left, Miss Aoibhinn Kearney, Head of School. Sorry, Aoibhinn. First major boo-boo. On my immediate right, Dr. Barry O'Connor, President of CIT. And on my far right, Dr. Áine Ní Hé, Registrar and Vice President of Academic Affairs, CIT. Our guests on the rear of the stage are members of the governing body, distinguished guests, and members of the academic staff of CIT. I call upon Dr. Barry O'Connor, the President of the Institute, to confer awards on the learners presented by the Institute for that purpose.
Right, thank you very much, Gerard. Agus fáilte roh gléir isteach, and we do the prayer, as it's called. No need to kneel down. It's not an NFL game or anything, but the official prayer, as Berla, agus as Gaeilge. So, to make it formal. Har ceann Institute agus de Harbh nó drás a hamling to read the rare alt quaige tree, dachtum chailiachti agus arvo chailiachta, edicus agus aliont de gavilis doiag, bonum davachtini allemorin Institute, Tartaration Kaidan and a kinnog ag an tódrás sin a bhainteach. Agus éirim go gurfar na fálimóra sin am láthir, chuna bar a Herbert Doif go funna miúil. On behalf of the Institute and by virtue of the authority delegated to it under Section 53 of the Qualifications and Quality Assurance Education and Training Act of 2012, I hereby confer awards on the learners of the Institute who have achieved the standards determined by the authority for those awards. And I ask that those learners be presented to me so that I may formally present them with their parchment.
I call upon Miss Aoibhinn Kearney, Head of School, to present the candidates from the CIT Cork School of Music.
The CIT Cork School of Music consists of the Department of Keyboard Studies, the Department of Musicianship and Academic Studies, the Department of String Studies, and the Department of Wind, Percussion, Voice and Drama Studies. Awards will be made in respect of the following programmes in the CIT Cork School of Music: Master of Arts in Music, Master of Arts in Music and Technology, Master of Science in Music and Technology, Bachelor of Arts Honours in Popular Music, Bachelor of Arts Honours in Theatre and Drama Studies, Bachelor of Music Honours. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Master of Arts in Music, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Eugene Louis Antoine Michel Lamy Alves. Aoife Mary Burke in absentia. David Joseph Columba Ford. Matthew Noel Galvin. Rodrigo Mainenti Joya. Keith Bernard Green. Camilla Griesel. Michael Adrian Gerard Hanley. David Joseph Hayes. Cormac James Hennessy. Alton Julian Kelleher Lavery, in absentia. Lucia Evelyn Margaret McPartlin. Niall William McGuinness. Shun Milne. Anthony David Mulholland, in absentia. Michael Thomas Mullins. Marion Frances Power. Miriam Roycroft. Maria Therese Ryan. Will Fernando Tamau. Killian Francis Williamson. Would the graduates of the Award of Master of Arts in Music please stand to receive your ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programs in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Master of Arts in Music and Technology. And I would request you to present their parchment to them. Conor Byrne. Philip Paul Guiton. Thomas O'Brien. Marco Alexandra Pereira Rosa. Would the graduates of the Award of Master of Arts in Music and Technology please stand to receive your ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programs in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Master of Science in Music and Technology, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Sean Patrick Breen, in absentia. Luke Daly, in absentia. Michael Brian Donoghue. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Popular Music, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Clem Buckley. Rosanna Byrne. Colm Coleman. Niamh Veronica Connell. Dylan Michael Creedon. John Martin Thomas Crowley. Tiger Kitty Dasvate. Brian Arthur Davies. Cian John Swords Doherty. David Duggan. Owen Dennis James Herlihy. Sarah Eve Hickey. Keelan Terence Kenny. Roisin April Lane. Dervla McLean. Thurlock McGuinness. Sinead Murphy. Barry David O'Connell in absentia. Colm Michael O'Halloran. Fionn O'Neill. Cian David O'Sullivan. Ciara Elizabeth O'Toole. Peter Piggott. John Patrick Powell. Rebecca Patricia Ruan. Sarah Geraldine Ryan. Emma Noel Sheehan. Sophie van Mensenkamp. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Popular Music please stand to receive your ovation? President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Theatre and Drama Studies. And I would request you to present their parchment to them. Tanya Olivia Adamson. Megan Bartuel Smith. Maria Claire Brannigan. Laura Mary Brown. Aoife Sarah Byrne. Stephanie Frances Crotty in absentia. Liam Edward Cuthbert. Millicent Doyle. Robert Patrick Galvin. Michael Ashley Green. Shannon Marie Hurley. Declan Jack Leonard. Aisling Elizabeth McCarthy. Alison Angela Lily McCarthy. Darren Anthony Christopher MacDonald. Mark Christopher Murnan. Una Nolan. Ciara Lynn O'Brien. Lisa Mary O'Connor. Charles Philip O'Sullivan. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Arts Honours in Theatre and Drama Studies please stand to receive your ovation. President, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed programmes in the CIT Cork School of Music and who are worthy of the award of Bachelor of Music Honours, and I would request you to present their parchment to them. Conor Joseph Brassel. Jordan Wesley Cassidy. Aoife Chalk. Hannah Kate Keneally. Geraldine Bernadette Therese Dennehy. Matthew William Doherty. Mary Elizabeth Hagerty. Ferdia Anthony Francis Lacken in absentia. Angela Margaret Leake. Hilary Ann Lennon. Aisling Marina Nora Lineen. Kira Mary Ann Lineen. Marwena Maisie McLean. David Gerard McElroy. Eva Maria McNally in absentia. Michael Joseph Maroney. Mary Ellen Nagel. Cormac Donacha O'Brien in absentia. Liam James O'Brien. Patrick Finton O'Carroll. Irene Bridget O'Connell. Kiva O'Mahony. Jennifer O'Sullivan. Robin Michael Pender. Owen Michael Smiddy. Mary Agnes Walsh. Would the graduates of the award of Bachelor of Music Honours please stand to receive your ovation?
This concludes this part of the meeting for the purpose of conferring awards on the students of our institute. I call on the President of the Institute, Dr. Barry O'Connor, to address you.
Thank you very much, Chair. Things have quietened down a little bit. It's great to see such celebration here this afternoon. An gédal sias chun fáilte ribh buil an Christa Riarta, agus chun fáilte le ribh ir Stewart and Skull Heol, Jeff Spratt. So maybe we might give Jeff a great bowl of bass for coming back this morning. No, I know Cork, music is safe in Cork, looking at the participants coming through here across the full range, the high standards that have been achieved and the numbers of people graduating of all ages. The future of music is safe in Cork, but I have to say that the contribution that Jeff Spratt has made to music in Cork, through the Choral Festival, through the School of Music here, through all kinds of endeavours up and down the country, he has also kept the flag flying for CIT in terms of music and music education, and we owe Jeff a huge debt. But I think, you know, when we're talking about this morning, you guys are proud here on the from having received your parchments, your parents and financiers and credit card holders at the back. We're also proud and probably very relieved that you finally finished. But I've said this before at our conference above in Bishopstown, the proudest people here this morning are us here on the podium in terms of the staff of the Institute, the staff of the School of Music, who are so proud of graduating such an excellent and, might I say, very lively bunch of graduates who would definitely be fantastic ambassadors for the School of Music and for CIT generally going forward. And we do need ambassadors in terms of music, as you would know, in terms of the cost of music education, the cost of art education, the cost of education in engineering and science is not being met at the moment. As the funding model changed over the last number of years, we have not been getting appropriate finance, appropriate support from the government in terms of music education or STEM. STEM is science, technology, engineering and maths, and what we work on in CIT is STEAM. And we don't work on STEAM, but it's science, technology, engineering, art and maths. And art includes music in that. There was another version of that I saw last week, actually STEM, which is STEMM, and the last M was for medicine. But I think it's slightly out of place myself. We stick to the one acronym, STEM or STEAM. So, but seriously, and we have a former Minister of Government here this morning, member of the governing body, Bernard Allen. Great to see Bernard here. And you know, I think again, if there are other politicians in the room or former politicians, again, we do need to get the message out there that music education needs to be properly resourced and properly financed in terms of state funding, because, and the same for engineering and science. We talk about Ireland being a destination for cultural activities, and music being so important in terms of what we do and what our history as a nation and what we export as a nation. The same with engineering, computer science and so on, in terms of building up that infrastructure for manufacturing, for software, for electronics companies and so on. But, you know, as an institute, CIT supports, basically through our School of Business, we support all these activities because they're in a deficit at this point in time because of the funding mechanism. So if there's anyone out there who has the ear of politicians or maybe the ear of great benefactors out there, carry the message: we do need to properly fund our music, we do need to properly fund our engineering and science, and we do need to properly fund art, because they're part of what we are, particularly in music and the art. They're part of what we are, what we've been for generations. And thanks to the excellent quality of graduates coming out of the School of Music here this morning, last year and next year and so on, it will be part of what we are into the future. It does set us apart as a nation. And I would have to say it sets Cork apart as a venue in terms of a great source of music education, right across the range of music. So if there's any politician out there, we can talk to you later on about how to get the message out there. Let's coming back to our students here. Sorry, my apologies. Our graduates here this morning. You were students or graduates up to a half an hour ago. You're a credit to your families, to yourselves, and to us as an institution, and to the School of Music, which is part of our overall CIT institution. But when you're graduating as an individual, it's your name is on the parchment, but a lot of it is down to the hard work of everybody in the room here, from the back row up here at the top of the curtains to the back row here on the stage. And you guys did all the hard work, but it was a great team effort. And may I just say, you know, when you're graduating from the School of Music, when you're graduating from CIT, you're part of a huge diaspora, a huge group of graduates that now run into the thousands on a worldwide basis. But you're also part of the Cork learning community. Just a short few weeks ago here, we had a conference in Cork, a UNESCO conference on learning cities. And Cork was only the third city to host it. The previous two were Mexico City and Beijing, which are a little bit bigger than Cork when it comes to population and other things. But I suppose the motto or the theme of the conference was local action, global impact. And it came to Cork because of the effort that was put in between ourselves, UCC, the ETB, which is the former VEC, Cork City Council, the HSE, and so on, in terms of the voluntary effort into lifelong learning. And certainly with music, it is all part of lifelong learning. We have a great reputation in Cork for education. So when you're graduating from the Institute, from the School of Music, you're graduating from, you know, the whole educational ecosystem, as they call it now, that is here in Cork. Like within the Institute, last Friday we had a graduation ceremony with our joint awards with UCC, which now number 5 or 6 at this point. We have biomedical science, we have architecture, we have the professional masters in art and design education. We have, between those, there's about 5 or 6 awards. We started a new degree with UCC only a few weeks back, the joint award in joint BSc Honours in Industrial Physics. CIT and UCC are the only 2 institutions in the country who actually combine to produce joint awards. A lot of people talk about it, but no one else has done it. No, there are good reasons why people don't try it, because it's a lot of hard work. A lot of coming together of academic staff and admin staff, registrar's office staff, to get the marks and standards right, to get the same set of regulations. Some of you would remember here, a couple of years up to year before last, we had the architecture students graduating here as part of the BMO's graduation ceremony. So we are deeply embedded in what UCC does and vice versa, and there will be more joint awards coming down the line. We're also highly tied in with the further education colleges here in Cork. We have a scheme called the CCPS, which is not a throwback to communist Russia, but it's the Cork Colleges Progression Scheme. And in that we have formal agreements, and again, no one else in the country has it done like this. A lot of people have objectives and they have MOUs and so on. We have formal agreements with the further education colleges, including the College of Commerce just across the river from us here, which is the biggest further education college in the country. 3 of the top 5 actually are based in Cork. 3 of the top biggest further education colleges are here in Cork. But we have formal connections with all these colleges, in terms of the city colleges at least, for entry into CIT, but also into coordinating the curricula that a student might be doing in the further education college to allow them to transfer seamlessly, or at least with least difficulty, once they reach the appropriate standards, into whether it's mechanical engineering, whether it's the popular music degree or whatever. And in that regard, we have a strong connection, for example, with Stefan Nefa in terms of the degrees here in the School of Music. Again, they are formal connections we have with these institutions. Similarly, if you go down to the Maritime College in Ringaskiddy, we have a formal connection with the Irish Naval Service, in that at the National Maritime College of Ireland in Ringaskiddy, which is right at the end of the line there across the road from Hallbowden, from the naval base, we have military personnel, naval personnel, and our own civil, regular merchant navy engineers and deck officers being trained side by side. The only concession we get from the Navy is that the sailors don't carry any weapons into the college, so that there's a bit of a mutual, what would you call it, an arms-free zone in the college. But again, that is quite unique across the world, where civil and military people get trained on the one campus. So my point here, graduates, is that when you are graduating from CIT, from the School of Music, you are part of not just coming from the CSM or CIT, you are part of that whole education partnership that is Cork. And again, I give great credit to our colleagues here in Union Quay in terms of developing the popular music, the music technology, the theatre and drama studies, and I know John O'Connor has a few more plans for further programs coming down the line in terms of third level programs. So, these programs, like all our programs in the Institute, are designed as a response to the community. They're designed to what is needed out there by the community, by industry, by enterprise in terms of the engineering programs and so on. So every program that we put resources into is designed to be feasible in terms of the number of students coming in, but more importantly in terms of the requirement or the need for graduates in that particular profession as you come out. All our degrees in CIT are vetted and approved, okay, from an academic standpoint by what we call external examiners, but we also have no less than 47 professional accrediting bodies coming into CIT across the full range of our programs. 47 professional bodies saying that our degrees are not just up to standard, but that they're acceptable for admission into the Institute of Engineers of Ireland, into the Chartered Accounting Institute, or whatever. So whatever we do is focused on what is required by the community. And, you know, again, what we have here this morning with yourselves is another example of that. You're going to be a huge contribution, and some of you are already making a huge contribution to the community, to the music community, to the cultural life of the country. So we are very proud of you from that point of view. And I like maybe to just to mention one or two other contributions that come here from the School of Music. I have to single out the Music Generation project, which, you know, allows access to music, to community music, and to music to young students who may not, and maybe some not so young, who wouldn't have access to music education otherwise. And colleagues here in the School of Music have been very supportive of that, both in allowing us to have the space here in Union Quay, but also actively being involved in things like Sound Out and all the other partnerships. Just last summer we had the Flan the Moon by Cork Institute worked out here from the School of Music, and they're hoping that based on the success of that, which is probably the most successful provincial fla in the country, no surprise given the facilities we have here, that, you know, the Cork could down the line actually be in the running for the All-Ireland fla, which will bring millions upon millions into the city. So, you know, as regards, I go back to what I was mourning about earlier on in terms of the proper support for music education. The facility here is generating a lot of money for the business of Cork, a lot of money for hoteliers and so on. And I think, you know, it's keeping the economy going in other areas, in other ways that maybe are harder to pin down, but maybe we should start pinning it down and showing what contribution we're making. Like we had the folk festivals here a few short weeks ago, run by our own Jim Walsh above and Willie Hammond. Jim is a colleague of ours, head of the department above in Bishopstown. And at the weekend we'll have the jazz festival again, and this building here, this room will be humming, not just with John O'Connor's bands and great input, but also the citizens of Cork coming in here. So this is a resource that we make available to the citizens of Cork. It's a resource that should be financed better from the point of view of music education. Look, that's our business to fight about, and we will do that. But I'd be hoping, as ambassadors for CIT and for the School of Music, that, you know, that you will keep the flag flying as well. I'm sure you will. I have to say, I have never seen such a lively bunch of School of Music graduates as was here this morning, so fair play to you. Fág mé mar sinne tá an mana atá ar an bar atá given us on the coat of arms of the department that you received this morning. There's a saying, Risha Mille Gneuringling ar Feidle Chéle, bin Padder, a scree Nev Colman, a vi Xerro, was a Padror, Nev Shumbara, Fadamaxanome. The Risha Mille, the motto of CIT, the motto for the School of Music, is let us all achieve together. And, you know, this is all about, and again, I'm talking to the converted here in terms of all great solo musicians here in front of us also play in ensembles and in groups and so on. So it's all about working together. And when you go out as graduates, continue to work and link up with each other, continue to link back with the School of Music here. Maradort Barack Obama fado is federling ma ibri midle kele. Ma gemeenschav Changwai lessen scholen so, ma gemeenschav Changwai lefeen, ag dollareg mar fern, mar chol order, mar pobl de CIT, mar pobl de scholen kjol, then I roigling. So best luck to you in your future careers. Do not forget the School of Music, and when you make your first million, we can dedicate a room here to Dr. Jeffrey Spratt, hopefully, with the first million that comes in. So, Garmil Mahagav, Agus Benigi Tanavasam now.
Thank you, President. Members of the governing body, distinguished guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, and visitors joining us via the World Wide Web. On behalf of my colleagues in the CIT Cork School of Music and on my own behalf, I'm delighted to be associated with the President's congratulations and best wishes to you, our new graduates. The CIT Cork School of Music continues to grow its student numbers and research activity and will deliver approximately 400 performances this year, in addition to taking performing groups on tour around the country and abroad. And in fact, I'd encourage you, there's the Jazz Weekend, which is a very popular weekend in Cork. There's 4 jazz performances here and a number of master classes, so do come and visit us over the next couple of days. The CIT Cork School of Music Jazz Big Band had a very successful trip earlier in the year to New York, and the female voice choir Capella Lyrica will travel to Derry in October. And also the Fleshman Choir will travel to Milan during the midterm, and the CSM Symphony Orchestra will travel to Waterford in April. So you can see CIT Cork School of Music travel all over the world. Some of the very strong links that we have with industry and cultural partners include the Munster Fleadh, which happened here in July. And we also had a music residency for Bon Iver as part of the Sounds of Safe Harbour Festival, and linking in with the very successful Cork City Council hosting of the UNESCO conference, which was held here as well in the city recently. I also want to congratulate a number of people and our CSM librarian, Sean Hagerty, for his great work on the historical and archival display from the CSM first years, and this included records from the North Cathedral Choir from the early 1900s. We also this year saw the introduction of a number of entrance scholarships for the B.Mus, the BA in Theatre and Drama Studies, and the BA in Popular Music. And the faculty is also happy to continue to offer a scholarship at master's level here. Our best wishes also to Dr. Ciara Clashin in her new role as the Conservatoire Coordinator. CIT Cork School of Music is the artistic community where you've spent the last number of years, each of you growing in skills and maturity, making friends, and engaging in musical performances and or dramatic productions. You're ready now for the next chapter of your lives, and along the way you'll discover the things you've learned here in CSM will serve you well, regardless of the direction you ultimately choose for your career. Our strong programme offering here and research activity and industry engagement position us well to take a leading role in the establishment of the new Munster Technological University. I also want to acknowledge and congratulate CIT staff members Mary Hagerty, David Hayes and Shun Milne, who graduated here today. I also take this opportunity to pay tribute to our colleagues who have retired from the CIT Cork School of Music, Eleanor Willis and Bevini Vara, and thank them for the contribution and wish them a happy and a healthy retirement. I'd like to thank our own faculty team, academic, technical and administrative, who've helped you on your journey here to graduation. And a special thanks to Avian Carney, Head of the School of CIT Cork School of Music, Maria Judge, Head of the Department of Musicianship and Academic Studies, Dr. Gabriella Meyer, Head of the Department of Keyboard Studies, Joan Scannell, Head of the Department of String Studies, and John O'Connor, Head of the Department of Wind, Percussion, Voice and Drama Studies. But today is all about you, our new graduates. We're delighted to celebrate the success story that is each one of you. We acknowledge your achievements along with the contribution of many others, especially your lecturers, families, loved ones and friends. Graduates, may I ask you to acknowledge all those who've helped you in so many valuable ways by giving them a round of applause now. We hope you look back with pride on your time here in CIT and continue your learning pathway and consider our postgraduate, professional and CPD programs in the future. And as the President said, maintain your link to CIT through staff, social media and the alumni office. Before concluding, I'd like to thank the Conferring organising team who've ensured this ceremony ran so smoothly and effectively, and also mention CIT Open Days, which will take place here on Thursday the 26th of October in the National Maritime College, on Friday the 17th of November here in Bishopstown and in the Crawford College of Art and Design, and on Saturday the 18th of November in the CIT Cork School of Music. And I'd encourage you to ask prospective students to attend these open days. Finally, as it's a day of celebration, enjoy the day with your family, friends and loved ones. And as many of you will be meeting up later, it'll probably be a late night of celebration, so enjoy. I invite you all for some light refreshments in the ground floor concourse. Graduates, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the meeting for the purpose of conferring awards on the students of our institute. My best wishes and my thanks to you all.